Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Masroor says in the mention of companions, I am going to mention two companions. The first is Hadhrat Munzir bin Muhammad Ansari. Hadhrat Munzir bin Muhammad related to the tribe Banu Jahjulwa. After coming to Medina, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hadhrat Munzir bin Muhammad and Tufail bin Haris, between them established the brotherhood, the Muakhat. When Hadhrat Zubair Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, Zubair bin al-Awwam, Hatib bin Abi Balta and Sarah bin Roham, when they came to Medina after migrating from Mecca, so then they stayed with this family, Munzir bin Muhammad. Hadhrat Munzir, he participated in Badr and Uhud, and on the incident of Bere Mauna, he received the martyrdom, and his mention has been made in connection with some other prophet. And once again I mentioned with that reference that the martyrdom of Hadhrat Munzir, the detail of that has been mentioned in Sirat Khatamun Nabiyyin by Hadhrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib, and it is written that the Holy Prophet ﷺ in the leadership of Munzir bin Ansari, a party of companions were sent. These people were from among Ansar. The number was 70 people. All of them, they were Qari, the reciters of the Holy Quran, those who gathered the branches of wood from the jungle, and then they used to sell that, and that was their means of living. And most part of the night was spent in prayer. When they arrived in that place, which because of a well, it is known as Bere Mauna. So there was a person, Haram bin Milham, who was uncle. He came with a message of the peace from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He came, and he came to Amir bin Tufail and went to him, and the other companions, they stayed behind. When Haram bin Ilham, as a representative of the Holy Prophet, he went to Amir bin Tufail and his companions. So in the beginning, in a hypocritical way, they welcome him, and when all these people sat in their position, and these people who wanted to convey the message of Islam, and they preached Islam, then some of the mischief people, somebody they pointed out to someone, and from the back he attacked him with a spear and killed him. Hadhrat Haram bin Ilham, he was saying at that time, when he got injured, that Allahu Akbar, Futuh bil Kaaba, that Allah is the greatest, by the name of the Allah, that I have achieved my objective. Amir bin Tufail, he did not suffice with the killing of the ambassador of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and after that he incited the people of his tribe that they should also attack the remaining party from the Holy Prophet, but they denied, and they said that we are not going to attack the Muslims. And at that the Amil from Kabila, the tribe of Banu Sulaim, and Zakwan and Sayya, that is to say, those people who, according to the narration of Bukhari, those who came as a delegation to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that some people should be sent to us to for tabligh, and they took all these people, and they were all joined, and they attacked this very small and helpless community. And when the Muslims saw these ferocious people coming to them, They said that we don't have to do with you. We haven't come to fight. We have been sent by the Holy Prophet ﷺ for a specific task. And we don't have any intention of picking up any fight with you. But they did not listen to anything. And all of them, they were killed by sword. Among them, those who were present there, just one person survived, who was lame, and he went up to the hilltop. The name of that, Aqab bin Zaid, was the name is mentioned, has been made. According to some narration, we come to know that the non-believers, they attacked him, and he got injured, and the non-believers thought him to be dead and left him alone. So, but he was still alive and he survived. In this community of the companions, there were two people, Amr bin Umayyah, Zambi, and Munzir bin Muhammad. They were the people who had gone to graze the camel away from their community. So, and when they looked towards their residence from distance, and they saw that there are a lot of birds, they are hovering, hovering over that, and they understood this indication that when in the desert the winds are, the birds are hovering like that, so it means that they are going to kill the dead people, and they understood that there has been a battle, and they came back. So they saw that these non-believers, they had just shed the blood of the innocent people, and from the distance they consulted between them that what should we do. One said that we should immediately go away, and we should go to Medina, and we should inform the Holy Prophet ﷺ about that. But the other person did not agree with that, and he said that I am not going to run away from this place where our Amir Munzir bin Amr has been embraced martyrdom. I am going to stay here and we will fight on. And he fought there and he got the martyrdom. And Munzir bin, when he came back, and he fought with the people and embraced martyrdom. In this way, his martyrdom was in 4th year of Hijrah. And the other companion, Hadhrat Hatim bin Abi Balta, he was related to the tribe Lakham. Hadhrat Hatim bin Abi Balta, he was in agreement with the one tribe, and his title was Abu Abdullah, and some say that he was known as Abu Muhammad. Hadhrat Hatim bin Abi Balta, he was from the Yemen. Asim bin Umar narrates that when Hadhrat Hatim bin Abi Balta and his slave Saad, they migrated from Mecca to Medina, so both of them, they stayed with the Hadhrat Munzir bin Muhammad. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, between the Hatib and another person, the brotherhood was established, and according to one narration, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hadhrat Uwaim bin Bani Saida, and between Hatib bin Abi Balta, the agreement of brotherhood was settled. Hadhrat Hatib bin Abi Balta, in the Battle of Badr and Ahud and the Battle of Ditch, in all the expeditions, he was along with the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, one letter was given to him, and he was sent to Makokos, who was the king of Iskandria. And he was one of the archers of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hadhrat Hatib, and it is mentioned then Hatib bin Abi Balta, in the period of ignorance, he was very good rider among the non-believers, khud horseman. And some say that Hadhrat Hatib bin Abi Balta, he was slave of Ubaidullah, and he made an agreement for the freedom and the amount which he had to pay, and he paid that money on the day of victory of Mecca. Hadhrat Salma narrates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he sent a message of a proposal of marriage, and that was sent through Hatib bin Abi Balta. According to one narration, Anas bin Malik say that he heard from Hatib bin Abi Balta that he said that the Holy Prophet on the day of Uhud, he paid attention to me and he was in distress. And after the war, the situation improved. And when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was interested, so there was a pot with water with Hadhrat Ali. The Holy Prophet ﷺ was washing his face with that. Hadhrat Hatib said that, who did this to you? The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Utbah bin Abi Waqas, he has thrown a stone on my face. He has hurt me. Hadhrat Hatib said that I had heard this voice on the mountain that Muhammad has been killed. I heard this voice there. And listening to this voice, I have come here in this condition that as if my soul is leaving me and I am just about to die. There is no strength in my body. Hadhrat Hatib asked then from the Holy Prophet that where is Utbah? The Holy Prophet said, directed to one place, that he is in that direction. Hadhrat Hatib went to that direction, and that person was hiding, and he captured that person. And Hadhrat Hatib, with the sword, he cut his neck, and his head, and his belonging, and his horse. All these things he brought to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The Holy Prophet ﷺ gave all these things to Hadhrat Hatib, and also prayed for Hadhrat Hatib. And he said that Allah be pleased with you, Allah be pleased to you. Repeatedly he said. Hadhrat Hatib bin Abi Balta, the demise was in 30th of Hijrah in Medina at the age of 65. Hadhrat Usman led his janazah prayer. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, the letter which he sent to Muqawqis, in the detail of that it is mentioned. Hadhrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib wrote, this was the third letter sent to the kings. Hadhrat Khalifa Sani has mentioned this, that this was the fourth letter. But anyway, in order to convey the message of Islam, when the letters were written to various kings, one of that letter was Muqawqis, who was the ruler of Egypt, who was under Kaiser. He was the ruler of Iskandariya in Egypt, and he was a ruler there. And he was just like Kaiser, he was following the religion of Christianity. His name was Juraj, and his people, he and his people, they related to Kipti tribe. This letter, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, one of his companion, Hatib Abi Bantal, with him he sent this letter, and the wording was that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the gracious mercy. It is from Muhammad ila Muqawqis, who is the Salamun ala man ittabal huda, amma ba'd, finni aduka bidayat al-Islam, aslim taslim yutik-Allahu ajraka marratain, fa in tawallata fa alayka ismul kibt, ya ahlal kitabe ta'ala ila kalimatin sawaim bainana wa bainakum alla nabuda illallah wala nushrika bihi shay'an wala yattakhidha ba'duna ba'dan arbaban min dunillah fa in tawallaw faqulu shahadu bi anna muslimun. That means that in the name of Allah, the gracious and merciful, I begin. This letter is from Muhammad, who is a servant of Allah and the leader of Muqawqis. The letter is written, peace be on that person who accepts the guidance. And after that, O ruler of Egypt, I call you to the guidance of Islam. You accept this, and because this is the way of salvation, Allah will give you reward the doubly. But if you turned away, then apart from your own fault and your own sin, and the sin of the Kipti people will also be on your neck. And you come to this kalima which is common between you and us, that and that is mean that we don't worship anyone apart from Allah, and we don't set up any partner with Allah. And living God, we do not consider anybody who can help us. And if these people turned away, then tell them that you be witness that certainly we are obedient servant to Allah. So this was a letter which he sent to this wali, the ruler. When Hatib bin Abi Balta arrived in Iskandariya, then the courtier of Muqawqis, when he met the king ruler and presented the letter, and he read the letter, and then addressing Hatib bin Abi Balta, he just in a light way that if this your person, that your guide is really the messenger from Allah, so then instead of sending this letter, why did not he pray against me that Allah Almighty make him the ruler over me, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ may be made the ruler over it. The Hatib replied that if this point is right, what you are saying, so then this is about the Hadhrat Isa alayhi salam. So then he also, why did he not pray against his enemies? Then Hatib said to, and by way of advice he spoke to Muqawqis, that seriously you consider over it, because before you in this very person there was a pharaoh has passed by who used to claim that he is the Lord of the Christian people of the whole world and is the greatest ruler. But Allah Almighty caught him in such a way that he became a means of learning lesson. So I submit to you very humbly that you try to learn lesson from the condition of other people and should not become like that other people should get lesson from your condition, what happens to you. Muqawqis said that the fact is that when he said, he saw that he is speaking very boldly. He said that we have already got a religion. So unless and until we get something better than that, we cannot leave Christianity unless we get something better. Hadhrat Hatib replied that Islam is that religion which is much better than all other religions, and one does not stand in need of any other religion. All the good points are therein. And certainly it does not stop you from this thing that you continue to believe in Hadhrat Jesus Christ. But Islam requires to believe in all the true prophets. And as Hadhrat Mirza, he gave the glad tidings of the Hadhrat Isa alayhi salam, similarly Hadhrat Isa also has given the glad tidings about our prophet. And the Muqawqis kept quiet and he started thinking and he did not say. And in another meeting where some big priests were there, Muqawqis asked Hatib once again that I have heard that your prophet has been thrown away from your place of residence, from his country, and he said that your prophet was thrown out of Mecca. So at that time, why at that time he did not prayed against those people so that these people should have been killed and the prophet would have been in peace? Hatib, when he heard this, he replied to the ruler that the Holy Prophet, he was just compelled to leave his country. But your Messiah, they captured him and tried to put him on the cross and to kill him. But he could not kill his opponents by way of praying against them. So Muqawqis was very impressed. He was very much impressed. And he said that you are no doubt a very wise man. And you have been sent as a representative of a very knowledgeable person, wise man. And he said, I considered the matter of your person. your leader, and I think that he has not preached anything bad, and he has not stopped us from anything good. So then he kept his the letter of the Holy Prophet was in a special box. He put it there and stamped it, and also handed over to one family member. So anyway, he took this letter respectfully, and after that the Muqawqis, he asked a person who could write Arabic, and he dictated a letter addressed to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and gave that letter to Hazrat Hatib. The writing of that was that the wording was that in the name of a God who is Rahman and Rahim, this is a letter is it is addressed to Muhammad bin Abdullah from the leader of the Qibti Muqawqis, and peace be upon you. And I have read your letter, and I have considered your message and what you have said. I knew that some prophet is coming, but I was thinking that he would be born in Syria and not in Arabia. And I have treated your representative with respect, and I am sending 2 girls who are a very high position among the Qibti tribe, and they belong to very high family, and also sending some clothes and also some a mount for your riding. And that was the end of the matter. So that indicates that Muqawqis, he treated the representative of the Holy Prophet ﷺ nicely, and he also took some interest in the interest of the Holy Prophet, in the claim of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. But anyway, he did not accept that. And other narrations tell us that he continued to live like that, and he died as a Christian. And the style of his language indicates that although he took interest in religious matters, but that sincerity which is necessary in this matter, that he did not have. So therefore he apparently very respectfully he just did not pay more attention to the invitation. The 2 girls who were sent by Muqawqis, one was named Maria and the other one was Sirene, and both of them, they were sister to one another. And as the Muqawqis wrote in his letter that they were from the Qibti tribe, and this is that tribe to which Muqawqis was related. And these were not ordinary ladies, but they were, according to the writing of Muqawqis, they were enjoying a very high status among the Qibti tribe. Hadhrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib has written that this was a long tradition among the Egyptians, that a very respectable guest, they always with whom they wanted to increase their relationship, so they used to send very good ladies, respectable ladies to those people, so that the marriage could be arranged and a relationship should be established. He writes that Hadhrat Ibrahim went to Massih, to Egypt, and the king of Egypt, a lady, Hadhrat Hadhrat, was presented for this purpose, and later on she became the mother of Hadhrat Ismail and so many other people. And anyway, these ladies who were sent by Muqawqis, and when they arrived in Medina, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Maria Qibtiya, Hadhrat Maria Qibtiya was one. She was taken into his marriage, and her sister Sirene, Hassan bin Sabit, was given into the marriage to Hassan bin Sabit. This Maria Qibti is the same blessed lady. From her, the Holy Prophet ﷺ's son Hadhrat Ibrahim was born, who he was the only progeny during the time of the period of prophethood. And this is worthy to be mentioned, that both these girls, before arriving Medina, they had become Muslims by the preaching of Hatib bin Abi Balta. And those mares which were given to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they were white in color. The Holy Prophet ﷺ used to ride on them, and in the battle of Hunain, the Holy Prophet ﷺ was using this mare in that battle. And this letter which was written to Muqawqis. Regarding that, Hadhrat Muslim Maud Razillah Ta'ala Anhu has mentioned this thing, that this letter exactly is the same. It is the same letter as which was written to the ruler of Rome. And the only difference is that it was written that if you don't believe that you will have the penalty of the sins of all the Romans. And here it was written that the sin of the Qibti people will be on your head, on your shoulder. And when Hatib arrived, that at that time the Muqawqis was not in his capital, and he was in Iskandariya at that time. So Hatib went to Iskandariya, and there the king was holding a meeting on the seaside, and might be some island. So Hadhrat Hatib, riding in a boat, he went there, and he raised the letter and started in loud voice, and the king said that this person should be brought and presented to him. Then he also wrote Hadhrat Hatib, he also told Muqawqis that by God, that Moses has not given such news as about Jesus as Hadhrat Jesus has given about the Holy Prophet. So we invite you to the Holy Prophet ﷺ in the same way as you call the Jews to the to Hadhrat Isa. There is a ummah of there is a ummat and the followers of all the prophets, and they are bound to obey. So now that you have found the time of this prophet who has been sent as a messenger for the whole of mankind, so it is your responsibility to accept him. And our religion does not stop you from following Jesus. Rather, we call all other people that you believe in Jesus. And these were the people who were very boldly, with great courage and with great wisdom, they used to discharge the duty of preaching. They never were afraid of any ruler or king, but very boldly preached the message. And then the incident, that a lady was carrying a letter, it was Hatib bin Abi Balta who chased that lady, and the letter was given to the Mecca, and in which the coming of the Holy Prophet was mentioned. So in the narration it is mentioned, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when for the victory of Mecca, he started on that journey. And then the Holy Prophet ﷺ, Hadhrat Hatib bin Abi Balta, he was one of the company. He wrote a letter with a lady to the leaders of the Mecca, and this verse has been written by Hazrat Imam Bukhari before this incident. وَلَا تَتَّخِذُوا. Sayyid Zainul Abidin Sahib is mentioning in relation to the detail of this one, لَا تَتَّخِذُوا أَدُوِّي وَأَدُوَّكُمْ أَوْلِيَاءَ. أَدُوِّي وَأَدُوَّكُمْ أَوْلِيَاءَ. That, O ye people, those who are believers, don't take my enemy and your enemies, don't be friend with these people. Hadhrat Ali Razillah Ta'ala narrates that he said that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, me and Zubair and Miqdad bin Aswad sent that you go, and when you are in a place, Roza, and when you are there will be a lady riding on camel. So you take this letter. And we immediately went there, and when we arrived at that place, Roza Khak, then what we see is that there is a lady on a camel, and we asked her that you take out this letter. She said that I don't have any letter. And she said, you have to take out that letter, otherwise we are going to take off your clothes and we will search. And then she, from his hairs, she took those letters, and it was written that Hatib bin Abi Balta, the daughters of Makkah, this is a letter from there, and he was mentioning the intention of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, what he wanted to do regarding the migration. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked Abi Balta that, Hatib, what is this? What we have done? He said, O Prophet of Allah, don't be in a hurry to decide about me. I was such a person who joined with the Quraysh, and I was not among them. And other immigrants who were with the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they had some relations in Mecca, and they used to send the money and some provision to those people. So I thought that I should do a favor to the Meccans, because I don't have any relationship with them. Maybe because of this favor of mine, they would keep some regard for me. And I have not for the purpose of any disbelief or renegation, and nor I have disbelieved, nor I have left Islam, neither I am a hypocrite. So I have not done anything for that purpose. After accepting Islam, this disbelief cannot be accepted. So after listening this, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that he has told the truth. Hadhrat Umar, who was present there, he said, O Prophet, if you permit me, then I can just chop off his head, this hypocrite. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, no, he is the one who participated in Badr, and you don't know that Allah Almighty looked at the people of Badr, that you do whatever you like. I have covered up all your sins. Waliullah Shah Sahib writes in this commentary of Bukhari that there is another narration in Bukhari. In another narration, it is mentioned that Mushrika has been described, and the people who chased her, Hadhrat Ali and Zubair, and also it is written that she was riding on the camel, and regarding hiding the letter, in another narration it is written that she became very serious, and she opened up the waistband and took out the letter and gave to us, and that was brought to the Holy Prophet. Hadhrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu said that he has betrayed, so please give me the permission that I should chop his head off. The Holy Prophet said, was he not among those who attended the Ghazwa Badr? And Hatib bin Abi Balta was among them. And I hope that Allah Almighty has seen these people of Badr, and they would have said that you do whatever you like, because Allah Almighty has decreed paradise for you. I have covered up your sins. So at that, Hadhrat Umar started crying, weeping, and he said, Allah and His Messenger knows better. Hadhrat Abu Bakr also he also sent Hadhrat Hatib to Muqawqis, and there was also an agreement between that. There was an agreement of peace between them. Hadhrat Hatib, regarding him, it is mentioned that he was a very well-proportioned person, a light beard, and he was with good fingers, and on the day of his demise, Hadhrat Hatib bin Balta left 4,000 dinar, and he was a merchant of grain, and he left some other things in Mecca. And it is mentioned that once the slave of Hadhrat Hatib, he came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and brought a complaint against Hadhrat Hatib, and the slave said that, O Prophet of Allah, Hadhrat Hatib is going to hell, definitely. He must have said something to her. On that the Holy Prophet said that you have told a lie. He will never go there, because he was in Badr, and also at the Treaty of Hudaybiyah he was present there. As it is mentioned there, that Hadhrat Hatib was a merchant, and he used to sell the commodities in the market. And in the selling and fixing the price, the Islamic teaching regarding that. What is that? With reference to that, Hadhrat Muslim Maud Razila Ta'ala Anhu has mentioned one thing, that the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, from his time in Medina, on the prices, the Islamic government had the full control over that. The prices in the market, the government used to fix that. And it is mentioned in a hadith that Hadhrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, once he was walking through the market in Medina, that he saw that one person, Hatib bin Abi Balta, and Musallan, they were sitting, they were dry dates, and some say it was, and they asked the price, he asked the price, and that in 1 dirham you can take 2 pieces, and this was higher than the market price, and it was cheaper than the market price. Hadhrat Umar asked them that you go and sell it to your home because it is too cheap, but you don't, we won't allow you to sell you at such cheaper price because that jeopardizes the prices in the market. And the other people, those who are getting the more price, they would say that why they are demanding more than you. Hadhrat Muslim Maud says that the fuqaha and the jurisprudents, they have mentioned various narrations, that some have mentioned that Hadhrat Umar retracted this view of him. But anyway, generally speaking, the jurisprudents, they have written that this is the duty of the Islamic State, that they should fix the rate in the market. Otherwise, the morals of the community and honesty will be affected. But this point should be remembered, that only those things are mentioned here which are brought into the market, which are offered in open market, those things which are not brought to the market but individually they are sold out, they are not mentioned here. So those things are brought to the market and they are sold there. Regarding that, this is a very clear-cut instruction of Islam, that there should be a fixed rate, so that no shopkeeper can make any change in that price. And there are some more views of the people which agree, which support this point of view. Under the arrangement of the government, the meadows and the grazing, that is also the responsibility of the government and the state. And this was once done through Hatib, once he arranged. Ghazwa Banu Mustalik, it is written that when he was coming back, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he passed through an area, there was a big area and grass was there. It was a open field and it was greenery, a lot of greenery, and a lot of well was also there. The water was also good. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked about this water of this well, and he was told that, O Prophet of Allah, the water is very good, and whenever we praise about that, then the water is it becomes small in quantity. At that, Hadhrat Hatib bin Balta was asked that he should dig a well, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he asked that this field should be made as the meadow of the state, and he was appointed as the caretaker. Hadhrat Bilal said that, O Prophet of Allah, and how much I should turn as the meadow for the grazing land? He said, the Holy Prophet said that when the morning it is morning, so then you appoint a person who, when the dawn is there, then ask somebody with a loud voice, and there was a mountain nearby. So up to that point where that voice reaches, so up to that you make it a grazing land for the horses and the camels of the Muslim army. So they are not talking of the mileage like that, but this was the system that as far as the people can listen to that, up to that area, that would be the boundary, and that should be made the grazing land for the warriors to graze their animals and horses, and they can do the jihad, and that is the state grazing land. And those people who are participating in the battle, their camels and horses would graze there. And Hadhrat Bilal said that, O Prophet of Allah, that the ordinary animals which the Muslims, they have, what's the instruction about that? And sometimes they go openly. And what is the instruction about that? The Holy Prophet said that they would not enter there. It is only for those people who are here, who are preparing their camels for jihad. And Hadhrat Bilal said that for that weak person or lady, those who have got a few sheep and they cannot afford to arrange for the food, and they have kept some sheep, and they cannot go anywhere else because they are very weak and they are ladies. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that leave them alone and let them graze there. The people who are in need, who are weak and poor people, they can make use of this grazing land. So the national state, it should be used for the national objective, and the need of the poor people, that can also take part from that. Hadhrat Hatib bin Abi Balta, his manners, the writer Sir Sahaba writes that he was very loyal. He was very loyal, and he was very courteous, kind, and he used to take the relatives and friends. And at the time of victory of Mecca, the letter which he wrote to the Mecca, which was mentioned by a lady about which we have mentioned, that was based on these feelings that he was taking care of his relatives. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ, considering this intention and the honesty of that person, he forgave Hadhrat Hatib bin Balta. Allah Almighty, all the good qualities of these companions have Allah Almighty enable us to follow us and also continue to raise their status.